and cannabis activists alike. We're back for another edition of My Marijuana Chronicles, sponsored as always by our good friends at O2 Vape. Make sure you check them out at o2vape.com. Grab what you want, the best innovative vape technology on the market. Get what you want, throw it in your cart. My MMA News at checkout for 20% off. You cannot beat it. It's the best. Use it every day. This edition of My Marijuana Chronicles, we have a very special guest, our good friend, Jesus Chavo Martinez. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, former Bellator fighter, and he just started utilizing the wondrous cannabis plant about 3 to 4 years ago. He said it's absolutely changed his life on the daily. He uses it to rest, recover, slow down, compartmentalize everything in his mind that's just running a million miles a minute. And it improves his critical thinking, he says. Tune in, check it out, and he also discusses his itch to fight potentially in 2021. Check it out. What's up, Jesus? How you been? And I appreciate you joining me.
What's going on, man? I've been good, man. Just trying to avoid all this COVID bullshit, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep the family safe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But besides that, man, just working and just coming home. Nothing much, man. Thought about fighting again.
Really?
So really, I'm itching, man. I'm itching to get back in there, man. So
okay.
But I don't want to go through a training camp with this COVID. You know what I mean?
Right.
I gotta basically stop my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Spending time with my kids, you know, all the above, even stop smoking. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's not worth it to me. You know, I'd rather wait till everything's over and then get back in the cage.
True. So, I mean, let's just jump straight into it. Like I said, we run into each other at the 2300 arena. I immediately see a cannabis shirt, and then I look up and I see Jesus Martinez, and I'm like, whoa, okay, piecing the two and two together. Word, this is tight. me and Jesus have more in common than I thought, just the aspect of fighting. So, which leads me to ask, what do you use cannabis for, man? Obviously, everybody has their story. I'm curious to hear yours.
Well, it's funny because when I first started smoking, I would use the vapes, the pens.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't use the regular plant.
Right.
And I would start with that, and it would just give me a nice buzz where I can sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just cooling down from a long day of work, because I work outside construction. So it's cold and everything is physical. And as soon as I get done the gym, I'm going right to train. You know, if I'm not training, my kids are training. My son plays basketball, so I'm active with him. You know, and I'm getting up there in age, man. I'm about to be 37 years old, and my body just wasn't reacting to training, to, you know, even everyday life sometimes with the stress and anxiety. And so I tried it one day, and it just gave me this different feeling, you know. I was able to sleep. I was calm. I was cool. My brain slowed down. I was able to process stuff. I wouldn't like overthink stuff. So it was like, you know, everything slowed down, and it was like, wow, like now I see what people are saying, you know what I mean? Because throughout my whole life, weed was a drug, you know what I mean? Like it was, oh, you get caught with weed, oh my goodness, you're gonna get locked up and blah, 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 blah. So to me, it was like, weed, nah, man, I can't do that, man. No. And then one day I tried it, and it changed my life basically, man.
So suffice to say that you're relatively new to cannabis.
Yeah, I've only been smoking about 3, maybe 4 years now, since I really felt back from MMA. Once I felt back and I'm not fighting as much, then that's when it kind of like, you know, I would just sit around the house being depressed because I had a lot going on in life. You know what I mean? I had a lot going on in life, you know, battles with my kids. And then, you know, like I was telling you earlier, we spoke the other day, and I was telling you my wife has cancer.
I'm sorry to hear that.
All the above. So, you know, just everything just felt like it was closing in. And my mind was running at like 3 million miles per hour, and I couldn't slow it down. And I turned to cannabis, and it just kind of just, you know, allows me to kind of just mellow down and not always be at 1 million miles per hour. It kind of just slows me down, gives me time to process, kind of time to kind of just, you know, how we say in MMA, recover. You know, after a long, stressful day, after, you know, bad news or whatever it is, before I would just blow my top, I was hot-headed. I was snapping at every second. I wanted to just put my hands on someone or whatever it is. And that took all that shit away, man. Like, I feel like I'm a totally different person, dude.
Really?
Like, yeah, man. Like, I shouldn't probably say this on this video, but I'm going to say it. But my kids don't know I smoke. I got 2 boys. They don't know I smoke.
Okay.
So one day I was smoking, and my oldest, it's my guy, he comes up to me and goes, "Daddy, why are you being so nice? Like, why are you so cool? You're not so like not aggressive, but like, why are you not like on edge?" Basically, what he was trying to tell me. And I was just like, "Oh, no reason. I'm trying to change." He was like, "I like you better this way." That kind of like, snapped me into it. It was like, damn, that shit changes me that much. Where I'm not like, because I'm a outgoing dude, you know what I mean? But I'm always on edge. Like, I don't trust people.
Mm-hmm.
I always got that mean face going on, and that it took everything away, man.
Really?
Really took everything away. Now I don't care, man. I don't have no beef with no one. I don't argue with no one. I don't just, it just mellows me out, man. And I
Yeah.
really only smoke at nighttime. You know what I mean? After a long day of work, if I get home and I'm not going nowhere, like I don't smoke and drive. I don't do none of that. If I'm smoking, I'm home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or I'm at someone's house or whatever it is, but I'm like all day, I'm not smoking all day. I just can't. Not in me, I just can't do it. Like after work, I smoke because I'm home, or I'm smoking at night to go to bed.
Right.
Just to give my body that ease, to recharge.
And that's amazing to hear that it can change someone for the positive so drastically that even their kids are seeing it. Full disclosure. And I mean, it also has to be a great feeling to be able to notice stepping in milestones of that, of just like you said. I mean, I've known you in the fight community, right? So seeing you at weigh-ins and seeing you like at the fights and everything.
And what does everyone say about me at the fights and at the weigh-ins?
Everybody, if I'm to be honest, everybody always says, don't fuck with Jesus. Don't mess with him. He's in a pissy mood. He's not, just don't mess with him. Essentially, like that's the known common denominator of, when he's in fight mode or when Will's in fight mode, just leave them alone. Leave them alone.
I protect my brother to the fullest, whether I'm in fight mode or not. That's my guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't give a shit whether I'm smoking or no smoking, whatever it is. You fucking my brother, I'm just gonna rip whatever it is I get my hands on. That's what it is. That's how we grew up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't want people to think that just because I smoke, I'm a pussy or something. That shit turns on and off. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to my loved ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why everybody's like, oh, don't mess with him because his brother and his, like, people already know. I put that, as soon as we started the MMA and we got our own gym, I took over that position.
Mm-hmm.
Let him be the boss. He's in charge. He's the better fighter. He's the better jiu-jitsu guy. And I'm okay with saying that. I don't care. My position was to make sure he was doing what he was supposed to do and protect him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because people want his legacy, dude. He's the best fighter. He's the best 145er around. To me, no disrespect to all the guys we train with Bill and all those guys. Hell, no disrespect to those guys. They're terrific fighters.
All right.
But to me, in my eyes, my brother is the best 145 in the world. That's jiu-jitsu black belt in Philly right now. Like I said, no disrespect to any guys that I train with, or like the McLaurice brothers or Jared as our instructor. None of those guys. You know what I mean? My brother, to me, is my hero, man, when it comes to fighting. You know what I mean? Because he got me into fighting and he got me away from all the bullshit.
Now, I'm curious, with everything going on, with like the brotherly love, the camaraderie, everything like that, do you wish, hindsight always being 2020, do you wish that maybe you would have leveled it down a little bit by smoking a little earlier when you were in training camps?
To be honest, man, I don't really think that way, man. To me, it's like, fuck, I just got it. I'm going to enjoy it from here on. I'm not going to be like, I wish I did this. Because I had other methods. You know what I mean? I had my kids. You know what I mean? Like, I would have my own little therapy. I put my music on. I would sit in a hot tub. You know what I mean? To kind of ease the pain and the mind running, the anxiety, like, oh, this guy can beat me. And, replaying the fight 3,000 times in my head, losing it 1,500 and winning 1,500 times. You know what I mean? Like, that's what people don't understand about fighting. People think you just train, go home, and wake up. No, like, there's a lot more to it, man. Just the mental aspect of fighting, that alone right there, the average man can't bear it.
And talking with you guys, it makes me question this very same thing, is do you feel that cannabis is beneficial for fighters?
I do, yeah. I don't think they should fight high.
No.
Don't get it wrong, but yeah, it's for recovery. You know what I mean? For after a long day of training, you know what I mean? Just to ease your mind and being able to just go home and enjoy a TV show where your head is not running about, the next guy's trying to whoop my ass. Did I train hard enough today? Is my cardio at where I need to be? You know what I mean? Damn, I drilled this position. Did I drill it enough? You know what I mean? Just going over the fight game. It's just mental. You win, you lose, you lose, you lose, you win, you win, you win. just kind of slow that down. Yeah, hell yeah. Just for that alone, hell yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, man.
So what do you think nowadays, especially because, I mean, like we talked about, the CBD, they're popping up all over the place. You can get them at gas stations, every which way you turn. Not saying legit ones. Obviously, there's legit ones. There's pretty poor ones out there, to say the least. But with cannabis being so conceptualized and popular these days, it makes me wonder, where do you think the stigma falls now? Because like we were saying, when, we were growing up and kids, I'm from Delaware, obviously, you being from Philly, but both of our moms seemingly had that view of drugs are drugs, that stigma. And it seems that that stigma still somewhat is alive, but it's dwindling fast. Why do you think that's even a thing today?
Being honest, I think it's more alive to like the older generation. You understand what I'm saying? Like my mom, your mom,
right.
The older generation, because as they grew up, oh my God, is this drug and you're gonna get hooked to pills now and blah, 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 blah. Because when my mom first found out, she said, don't get hooked to it because then you're gonna be using that. Whatever. I'm not. Like I'm pretty disciplined when it comes to my life. You know what I mean? When I feel like something's taking over my body, believe me, I know. You know what I mean? Like I shut that shit down. Like I don't really play around. That's another reason why I don't smoke all day.
Right.
Me, at this point, what are you using it for? You know what I mean? Like, to be realistic, right. You're high from 7 in the morning until 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, you're going to sleep. Like now, your body needs it. You understand what I'm saying? Your body needs it. Your body's dependent on it. Like, to me, I'm not saying you're abusing it, to each his own. I'm just giving you my perspective. You know what I mean?
Of course. And that's what I'm asking for.
Oh, there's that and the third. This is the way I look at it. You know what I mean? So at work, at the gym, I don't train, I don't teach, nothing high. I don't. Now, when I get home, it's different because now I'm home. I'm in my securities. You know what I mean? I'm not driving. I'm not going nowhere. You know what I mean? And then I'm doing what I got to do and laying down with my wife, watching a movie. Me and her talking. You know what I mean? Interacting, whatever it is. I'm okay with that.
Good, solid conversation too. Have you noticed since using cannabis, just out of curiosity, makes me wonder how much more solid conversations can be, how much more substance they can hold? Absolutely, because you want to know why it was so funny? She only really tries to have solid conversations with me when I'm high, because I focus. Which takes away from the stigma of everybody saying, oh, when you're high, you can't focus and you can't, you know what I mean? You can't function, which is, it's ironic that you say it that way. But like you said, that's when I can focus. That's when I'm tuned in. Like that's. And it's not so much, it's focus, but to me, it's more like, when I mean focus, I mean, just like you said, they wanted to give you a Xanax for whatever. You know? Because what that does is slows everything down and you're able to focus and pay attention to whatever it is. You know what I mean? And to her, it's like, you hear me, but you don't hear me. You know what I mean? Because you got so much shit going on. You know what I mean? Right. You know what I mean? Your phone's always going off because of the gym or because of work or because of whatever. You know what I mean? And she knows when is our time. That's what it is. Yeah. So would you say your biggest takeaway and your tool from cannabis has been you've been able to slow it down and compartmentalize your life, essentially? Yeah, absolutely. You put that perfect, bro. Perfect, man. Like before, not that my life was wild, but like you said, going everywhere, 100. At some point, man, I felt like I was in a dark room and I couldn't get out. Like, oh man, what, you know what I mean? And that shit it's just, to me, man, it was wild the first time. And it's crazy because the first time I actually smoked cannabis, I had a messed up hand. You know what I mean? I had a messed up hand. I had a messed up hand and something else hurt. And everything went away, man. I was ready to literally go spar the next day. You know what I mean? That's where I really not that I don't want to say hook, because when you got to tread softly when you talk about cannabis, because see, I told you, see, it's addicting because he said hook. But no, like, when I really started, get intrigued into it, I started doing my homework on it. The different strands, like they got the indica, the sativa, the hybrid. To me, a hybrid is the best. Yeah. Honestly, because I can use it and I can still really be functioning. Like I'm not even on it, but my body, everything slows down, and I'm able to just do what I got to do, and I don't feel like I'm on edge all the time, or my mind is running, or like, to me, my life was always like, I'm never late. If I tell you 7 o'clock, I'm at your house at 6:50. For real. Because I feel like I'm always rushing to get places because I don't ever want to be late. Like that's a big pet peeve of mine, being late. You know what? I'm never late, never will be late. So that helps me just kind of calm my anxiety,
not get in my car and be in a rush, where I can get into an accident because I will,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So it just kind of just slowed life down, man. It's hard to explain to me. It's hard to explain, but it's just gave me a better outlook in certain situations. You know what I mean? Because to me, life is great. You know what I mean? But it just gives me in certain aspects in life where, you know, when times get a little difficult, or you have a long day, or your day don't go as planned, you know, that shit soothes me, man. It's like, let me slow down, really process what's going on. Let me see what the next move is, or what I can do. Or even at the aspect that, you know, I might argue with someone or get in a debate with someone and say something not disrespectful, or say something that was mean, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, I go home, I use my cannabis, slow down, and it's like, damn, I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I was wrong, no problem. Hey, listen, man, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like, I meant to say this and it came out this way, whatever it was. You know what I mean? Like, I can literally, because I was real prideful before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Now it's not. Like, now it's like, okay, you know, I'm wrong. Let me apologize. It even changed me in that fashion, where I can
Right.
literally slow debates down, arguments, or whatever it is, and be like, all right, you know what? Today, I'm not wrong. Oh,
Right.
but this time you are wrong. So, you know what I mean? Let's man up and let's apologize.
And I love that it's able to help so many people in so many different ways, different avenues, because like you said, you found what works for you with hybrids and how you've been able to use it to your productivity level. And again, you don't say hooked, but I do feel like it's one of those things, like me, for example, I love sativas just because like around afternoon area, I feel like it can be like essentially my cup of coffee, because I don't want to get hooked on, let's say, caffeine, for example,
Right.
have to rely on that, get headaches and stuff that people, you know, often get. So I like a nice sativa, let's say, in the afternoon, and then that'll ease down into my evening to where I'm ready to fall asleep naturally. If I need an extra kick to fall asleep, there goes
Right.
the indica right there. So everybody's is able to find their own dose and how it works for them, which the proof is in the pudding right there. I think it just opens receptors up that people don't necessarily have up, flowing, operating on a regular regimen on the daily up and up. And again, I can't say enough good things about it. I'm so happy it's been able to help you, man. But
Yeah, it's
what
helped a
about
lot, man.
yeah? What about your fighters? If they any of them use, I'm not asking for names. Clearly,
I
I'm
don't
just saying.
really, to be honest, like, I'm close with my fighters,
Right.
you know, but like, we keep our personal life. If they smoke, they smoke. You know, I don't. That's on them. You know what I mean? Some of them are on Instagram. You know what I mean? So, oh yeah, you know, some do, and that's up to them. You know what I mean? But from the fighters that I talk to, not supposedly our fighters or anyone, but like the fighters I talk to, they love it, man. They say the same thing. It just helps them recover. You know, it keeps their mind clean. You know what I mean? Up to date, relax. You know what I mean? It gives them time to process. You know what I mean? Like, most important is recovery. Most important. You know, if you talk to any athlete that uses cannabis, you know what I mean? That's the number one thing they say. It helps your body relax. And the more your body's relaxed when you're sleeping, the faster it recovers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what 95% of the athletes will tell you.
And like I said, or which, like you said, which leads me to my next point, is you said you originally started because you had a hand injury, right? So took the physical pain away from your hand. You're obviously your injured, you know, avenue, but it also it takes that little edge off. But for other fighters, let's just say, for example, they have injuries, they have nagging, you know, pains all day, every day, just from training and fighting and everything like that. And it's such a good avenue, not only to help the pain, but the mental recovery too. So the multiple avenues that it provides is just amazing. And I don't understand somewhat of the stigma that, like you said, some of the old heads might have. But if you were to give your piece of advice to anybody that's contemplating it, let's say somebody thinking, oh man, you know, my head's going a million miles a minute. Maybe I should, you know, talk to a psychiatrist, a psychologist, or anything that you would suggest while somebody's thinking about potentially trying cannabis.
I would tell them to try it.
Yeah.
You won't know what it does for you until you try it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because I've had friends that tell me they can't smoke because it gives them like anxiety. You know, so I don't know how true, because it doesn't give it to me. So,
Right.
like I said, to me, the only way you're gonna see what it does for you and what other people are talking about is if you try it. You know, I'm not telling you to go try it, but to me, that's how I had to experience it, because a lot of people would be like, hey, I'm telling you, try it, man. It's going to help you. Just relax, get a good night's sleep. You know what I mean? It's going to take away the little aches and pains, man. Nah, it's cool. No. My mom catches me, she's going to whoop my ass. No, man, my mom catches me, she's going to whoop my ass, man. Oh, my God, my parents. And then one day, like, I was just tired. I was hurting. My hand was hurting. My ankle was hurting. I was just all banged up. And I took a couple hits of the pen, and that was it. That was it. 4 years later, 3.5, 4, whatever it is. So it's been a little before I got with about 4 years now.
Nice.
About 4 years now, yeah.
So what do you think the future for MMA and cannabis holds? Because obviously the gates have been lessened and lessened and lessened. But also I want to ask, on the other side of the avenue, what about the OGs like Nick Diaz that are still just reaping the repercussions? And what's going to be done to just right about this cannabis thing?
The crazy part about not just cannabis, anything that comes out, you always have the guinea pigs. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So the Diaz brothers, they're guinea pigs, man, because they didn't give a shit. They spoke what it was. You know what I mean? So with any type of thing, you're always going to have those type of guys. You know what I mean? And to them, look, you know what I mean? Now it's like, oh, okay, after so long, you guys giving me shit and suspending me and finding me. Now, look, you know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. That's why certain states don't want to legalize it.
Yeah.
Because you got to understand, people are in jail. I don't even know if we should even go into this conversation. I don't know, but
we can.
Okay, yeah.
I'll be completely 100 with you. I was arrested when I was younger because of it. You know what I mean? I've had it since taken off of my record. But
sitting in fucking jail for years now, 5-6 years, that only had maybe a pound or two, whatever, and they're sitting in jail, and now the shit's getting sold over the counter.
Right.
So if certain states really legalize it, you know how many petitions are going to go into? How many people realistically are going to have to get in jail? You understand what I'm saying? Because lawyers are going to put in boom, boom, whatever. You know what I mean? So New Jersey just legalized it.
Congratulations.
Right? You know what I mean? Great. And the crazy thing is recreational. So I'm literally going to go right over to Jersey, give them my ID, and just like, give me all of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so why can't Philadelphia do it? Why can't it really just happen? You know what I mean? Like, people don't understand the athletes. Like Matt Burns, I don't know if you know, he's a basketball player. Like, he's real big on promoting cannabis, like crazy. I honestly think he's one of the reasons why the NBA now is not testing for it.
Yeah.
I mean, the NFL, is it the NFL? I think it's the NFL too. Is it the NFL?
I know, I've heard, I never looked into it.
I know another sport, like a major
not
sport.
In their contract to be tested for.
Right. So I know, I'm pretty soon, I give it another couple of years, man, before all sports.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Honestly, like, it's like you said, you know what I mean? Like, why would you want to be on pills for? Your body has to digest that. Your liver has to work extra. You can get hooked on it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't pop pills, man. I played baseball growing up before I got into MMA. I was a really good baseball player. Got in a car accident. I tore my rotator cuff off the AC joint. Car accident with my brother.
Right.
And I rehab, did all the above. And you might laugh after I tell you I got hooked on ibuprofen 800s. Literally.
It's not a common thing, but I mean, everybody, shit happens.
Dude, I could not play a baseball game. No matter how good I felt. I couldn't play a baseball game without drinking one before the game and drinking one after the game.
Wow, no way.
Yeah, every game. And I did that for like 4 years, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
So needless to say, cannabis is the safer route of the two.
I don't, I even stopped drinking, man. I used to not be a heavy drinker, but now I don't even drink, man. Like, I don't need to. Before, I would use alcohol as well to kind of ease my edge. You know what I mean? And the crazy thing with alcohol with me is that it kind of activates whatever I'm going throughout the day. You know what I mean? So if I'm having a great day, I'm having a couple drinks. Oh, yeah, man, okay.
Yeah.
But if the day was south, I'm having a couple drinks. That's the type of mood I'm going to be in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I kind of caught fluctuating myself with that. Like, hey, what's going on? You know what I mean? As I got older, I started really, not as I got older, as I started kind of fading away from MMA. You know what I mean? Because I was always in the gym. I was always training. I was always fighting. I was active. I was fighting 3 times a year. You know, I was really active. So I really didn't have any time to drink. You know what I mean? The only time I was drinking was in the after parties.
Right.
My fight, you know what I mean? And cook. A week later, I spent time with my family, right back to the gym. So when I got away from that, and I started having issues with my kids' moms and not seeing them, I started drinking a little heavier. You know what I mean? And I started getting away from the gym, started drinking a little heavier.
It's a slippery slope, man.
Yeah, man. And it was just like, nah, I can't do this anymore. So I literally stopped drinking for like 5 months, no alcohol. Because I told myself, I'm not addicted to alcohol. I can, stop it. And I was like, you know what? Made a promise, I stopped drinking. You know what I mean? And that's when I started with cannabis. I told myself the same thing. I see some of my friends that really smoke, but they're high all day. You know, I told myself, if I'm going to use this, I'm going to use it as medicine. I'm not going to use it as something I'm going to abuse just to be high all day. I mean, I can go train, I can go do whatever, I can go spend time with my kids, and I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not worried about it.
And which is a complete different avenue in itself, like you were saying, alcohol. And it can go 2 different ways. And a lot of times, especially knowing fighters, I've never been out to after parties with you per se, but a lot of times, I mean, fighters are alpha males. When they get a couple of drinks in them and a bunch of other alpha males are around, there might be some shit talking and everything like that.
Definitely.
So
listen, when you got alpha males in the room, period, you don't need shit to go on. You just need someone to just look at someone. You know what I mean? Now, alcohol just takes that to 5 levels higher. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now, that shit definitely gonna pop off.
Now, cancel like all the COVID shit happening right now, and let's say that same group of alpha males are passing around a joint. They gonna have the same problems? I don't think so.
Absolutely not.
I don't think so.
Absolutely not. Well, I can say one, absolutely not. Because from my experience, I done smoked with people, not that I was in bad terms with, that had this idea of me. You know what I mean? And I really don't care what people think about me. I mean, but you know, like we all smoked and we all just started talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was like, look, man, I thought you was this type of person, man. You know what I mean? I thought you were an asshole, whatever. But then you really down to earth, man. You know what I mean? It's just your facial thing, whatever. And, you know, and that's happened a few times to me. You know what I mean? Going to friends' houses or, you know, after one of our guys' fights, we might be, and another fighter might come up to me and be like, yo, man, I didn't even know you smoked, man. But, you know, we should train or whatever. And all along, I thought it was just bad blood with us because they're from a different gym or some shit was said online, whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, man, it will be a totally different. You give a joint to someone and alcohol, yeah, that's totally different, man.
Yeah, totally different avenue, man. It's crazy because alcohol is so widely accepted, but that's a whole different conversation in itself. But it's crazy times, man. 2020 is crazy. So I want to close out on it. What have you been doing to stay active as far as staying positive in 2020, man? Everybody's had their rough year. Everybody's had their rough avenues.
Man, I've had a year, hell of a year. My best friend got killed in the beginning of the year.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, and we found out about my lady's cancer. You know what I mean? Then when COVID first started, my oldest son's mom was pregnant. So she was freaking out about COVID. So for the first 4 months we were locked down, I didn't see my kids. I didn't see both of them. You know what I mean? And that's the only thing that keeps me sane, man. My kids, you know what I mean? My family. I love my kids beyond, you know, and on top of my friends, you know what I mean? I wasn't working, no income coming in because unemployment was taking forever. You know what I mean? I was set at home for 11 weeks because everything was shut down with no cash coming in.
Damn.
11 weeks I sat home, yeah. And then I got back to work, and then, you know, unemployment did come through because they owed me the money. I knew it was going to come through. It just took so long. And then, you know, I started working, and the gym opened back up. Yeah. Got a gym shut back down. Yeah, it's just, man, it's been I just want the shit to end, man. That's it. Just want it to end, man. And hopefully next year, man, all this COVID shit's over, man.
Yeah.
Because this hurts so many people, man. Depression is going up, man. And you want to know something crazy, man?
Yeah.
Since the quarantine started, if you go on Instagram, you go on any social media, bro, all you see on people's stories is weed.
I thought you were gonna go down like a dark avenue.
No, man. Like all you see in people's stories is cannabis, man. Seriously.
Yeah, it's
You know what I mean?
helping a lot of people right now, man. Because I mean, let's talk at the realistics of things. People, you know, being closed down. Some people can't get to their therapist. Some people they can't get to. I mean, for God's sakes, some people think their therapy is in the working out, in their
Right,
gym,
yeah,
in their
absolutely.
martial arts. So they're going absolutely crazy without having their form of therapy, and it's a shitty time just for everybody involved and the world
Horrible,
involved, man.
Like I said,
It's
man,
just
I just want it to
crazy.
be over, man. It took so many lives. It just hurt so many people. It took so many businesses. And it just, even with the whole Black Lives Matter thing too, man, it's just been like, it's been nuts, man. The issues with the officers, they're like, man, listen, I don't know how true this was, but I read this article on Instagram yesterday. I was actually telling my lady about this morning. They said it was like 700 and like 38 people shot in like 8 months in Philadelphia.
Jesus.
540 homicides in Philadelphia.
That's crazy.
We're worse than Chicago, man.
That's crazy.
So now imagine this. Imagine them just smoking some cannabis or eating some type of CBD or some type of gummy or some type of whatever. You really think they're gonna go out there and shoot people?
No.
I'm being serious though.
I'm saying no, like dead serious, dead ass serious.
730 whatever that article said people were shot in Philadelphia in a span of like 6 months, 7 months, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
It's a war zone out here, man.
It really is, man. And when is it going to end is the biggest question, and it sucks not knowing that answer and having to stay positive.
But that's
is one of the
people.
best.
People,
yeah.
You know, not people. I can't say people. I'm just saying in general, the world. Yeah. Like you can't tell people, you know, you're only going to have for 2 weeks, and then it turns into a whole fucking year, and you still don't have answers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? People's loved ones they haven't seen. You know what I mean? People's like it's nuts, man. People lost their jobs. Mm-hmm. It's nuts, man. Like, and it's the sad thing is, like you said, there's no ending. Like, no one knows when it's going to end.
And like you were just saying, the small businesses too, and like even like I know some martial arts schools have had to close down just because they haven't been able to do it, and the small businesses, which I truthfully make some of the economy around your community is run, and you support and you want to support the one sponsoring your local baseball teams, and they put their all into a dream, into a passion, and because of all of this, it's gone in just a blink of an eye, man. It's sad as shit, man. It really is. But
our gym, it's on a main avenue in Philadelphia, like a main avenue, right? And there's maybe, I'm just gonna throw a number out there. I might be off or under, whatever. I want to say there's probably 15 businesses on the same strip. Mm-hmm. Out of those 15 businesses in the last year, a little bit longer than that, out of those 15, I want to say like 9 is shut down.
Oh my God.
Like shut down.
Out of 15?
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Man. Yep. So I hope you guys on the block are staying tight and supporting each other, man.
Yeah, man. The good thing is we have a good student base, man. Mm-hmm. We have a phenomenal student base. And if you're going to put this out there, man, I would just want to thank them now, man.
I definitely am.
Through the quarantine, they all got together and made shirts. Me and my brother didn't even know. And well, I'm lying. I did know because Jesse told me towards the end. And like they raised however much money. I don't want to throw a number out there because I don't even remember. So I don't want to overshoot and undershoot you, whatever. But they raised a good amount of money, gave it to my brother, man. And like that helped us. That helped him a lot, man. Like that helped him. We're blessed, man, because we have a phenomenal student base, man. It's like I said, man, our students are phenomenal, man. Like I can't even say nothing, man. Just give me goosebumps, man. The shit they do for us, seriously, man.
It was that video on social media that you guys all had the drive-through when they gave Will the check,
well, that
right?
was the day, because that was the day. Yeah, they did the whole drive-through. Like a couple of students got together. I don't want to say names because there was so many of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to leave no one out, but bottom line is, man, from the top to the bottom, man, thank you. They did a phenomenal job, man, because they raised a good amount of money, man. They kept our spirits high, you know, especially my brother. because that's his main source of income. You know what I mean? That's how he makes a living. That's how he feeds the kids. So, you know, it was scary for a while, man. It was, and it still is, man. We were right back shut down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's
That's
like
crazy.
So if we do go in there and they come in there, what you want to do? Fine us? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, at some point, and you want to hear some crazy?
What's up?
Gyms were open for 4 or 5 months, maybe. Well, I don't know. I don't want to give it. No, I'm lying. I want to say like 3 months. I want to say from like August, whatever it is, to August to whatever, 5 months. Excuse me. Not one case in Philadelphia, because I don't know Delaware, New Jersey, whatever.
Right.
Not one case in Philadelphia that I heard of, and maybe people kept it on the download, whatever. I'm talking about LA. I'm not talking about just jiu-jitsu gyms.
Right.
I'm just saying in general, the LA fitnesses, the jiu-jitsu gyms, you know what I mean? The underground gyms, you know what I mean? Whatever. I didn't hear no one say, "Oh shit, I caught COVID at the gym."
No.
But I caught COVID at work.
Or you'll hear them say like, yeah, I might have had the sniffles, even if they kept it under wraps and weren't properly diagnosed or something.
Right.
And then because they're physically in shape and they take all the proper, you know, they take the proper
precautions for everything.
Precautions, exactly.
They take their vitamins, they work
they're
out.
Healthy.
They're healthy, man.
Yeah. So I mean, in the grand scheme of it, I know it takes.
What I don't understand is, and like I said, I'm not a genius, and I'm just speaking how I feel.
Yeah.
You know, I don't understand how a virus that has 99.97% chance of survival, shit got this bad.
Yeah.
I get it because of the elderly and the people that had second, you know, I get
100.
it. I said, but it could have been other ways to do stuff, man. You shut down businesses, man.
Yeah.
Mom and pop stores that have been open since I was a baby, 7, 8 years old. You know, I used to go in there and buy stuff. Shut down.
Right. I know, and now you have to go to the damn Walmarts, which are widely open, to get the same shit that you could have gotten supporting your local people that your neighbors are.
Absolutely.
It's terrible,
COVID.
Bro.
You can't catch COVID at Walmart.
No. You also can't catch it at a restaurant when you walk through with the mask on, but then take it off. I don't know if you knew that.
You want to hear something even funnier? They gave New York a curfew. They gave New York a curfew, so you can only catch COVID after 10 o'clock.
Oh, right. Shit, I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, they gave New York a 10 o'clock curfew. New York has a 10 o'clock curfew.
Right. Because that's going to be followed. Like, let's be truthful. Like, nobody in New York's going to.
It's nuts, man.
It's crazy, bro.
It's sad, man. It's just sad.
Yeah.
Flat out sad, man.
So I want to start closing it down, and I want to start closing it down on just a couple notes here. Before I let you go, obviously, the reason how we got affiliated was through the fight community. And you had mentioned something about a little itch. Now let's talk about that little itch. Is that something we're gonna scratch in 2021?
See, man, I want to fight. I want to fight, man. But some of these local promotions be bullshit, man. Listen, man. I figured if I can win 2 fights in the next however many weeks, man, I'll probably be in the UFC, bro. Nah, I don't want to be in the UFC now, man. I'm just itching, man. I just want to fight, man.
Yeah.
One more fight in me, man, and I won a good contender. My last fight I fought because the dude was talking shit.
Yeah. And the whole story, the backstory
Eric Macaroni, whatever his last name is. Yeah, he was the one talking shit. You know what I mean? So, okay.
And I love
the back. Bro, then let's fight.
I love the backstory with how your son said that he was being a bully, and you felt like you had to go shut the bully up. That backstory was inspirational, just because
going online saying all this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's inspirational because you're able to actually live it, like one-on-one, and show your son actually living proof. Like, look, this is how you deal with.
That's why my son walked out with me that fight.
Yeah,
because before I got goosebumps talking about it. Look, I got goosebumps. It's crazy because my son was in the back. He was in the back. He was all nervous. And I told him, I whispered in his ear, and he looks up to me because that was the first time he's ever been in the back and walked out with me. Like, I usually come out, give him a hug, give him a kiss, both my kids. And then I go in the back, put my headphones on, and I zone out. So I made it clear to bring him in the back with me so he can walk out. And the reason why I made that clear was we're big on bullies at the gym. In general, we're big on it. You know what I mean? Bully prevention, you know what I mean? We're real big on that at the gym. You know what I mean? So I made it a point of mine to show him It's okay to be nervous when you're coming out and facing the bully. That's why I said, I'm nervous. I'm walking out. I am nervous. And I showed them my hands were shaking. I said, it's okay to be nervous. That's a natural reaction your body gives you.
Mm-hmm.
But this is how you handle a bully. And I went out there and I beat the brakes off him. Effortless, without even trying, to be honest.
Mm.
I fought Ron Macaroni with a jacked up knee. That Kyle Dawkins low kicked me. Well, it wasn't on purpose, but he hit me with a good kick. Yeah. And he banged up my knee, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that same week I was pushing, and like my knee was jacked up, I put a little more pressure on my lower back, so my lower back was fastened. So I beat him at like 70%, bro. And I'm not here talking shit. I'm just being realistic.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he was the one talking all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I made it a point. I didn't want to finish him. I could have finished him at least twice in that fight.
Yeah.
I could have finished him, but I didn't want to. Because I told him I was going to drag him into the deep waters and I was going to drown his bitch ass. And that's exactly what I did. I took him into deep waters where I tired him out because I knew he couldn't hang in there because his cardio was in shit. And I was going to drown him. An old man. A 35-year-old man that was tired.
You cannot say between you and Will are old men. You
Dude,
two are some of the scrappiest
Philly vets. As I got older, I got better. I'm 4-0 in my last 4 fights, bro.
No, that's what I'm saying. Don't give me that.
No,
don't give me that
bullshit.
old.
You want to know why I got better? Because I listened to my brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so don't play that old.
Why do you want to stay on band with everybody, dude? When you got phenomenal jiu-jitsu, just take them down and submit them. So I've taken besides Tony Parker, he was a good guy too. I don't got nothing bad to say about him. He was a good guy.
I do like Tony. Tony's a great guy.
I ended up breaking his arm with the kick. You know what I mean? And besides that fight, I've taken him down and just beat the shit out of him.
Mm. Which I can't help but still laugh at you saying old man. You know damn well you and Will could put the business on people still these days. So let's just be truthful about it. But you mentioned the old Dawkins brothers, man. Congratulations on them, man.
They've been doing them, man.
Yeah, they've been doing
them kids, things. Man. I get goosebumps talking about them, man. Them kids. I remember being so overweight, coming tripping over their own feet, throwing punches. You know what I mean? And they became. Look at them, man. The UFC fucking Chris is punching holes in people, and Kyle just demolishing people with his cardio and just his relentlessness, man. It's hey, me and my brother. Had the tough. Well, it's different now because I was the one knocking people out. He was the one grinding people. So it's kind of different. You know what I mean? So like they remind me of me and my brother, man. They just a whole lot bigger, man.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, man, they turned out to be amazing guys, man. And so the most important thing is, because this MMA community ain't fucking loyal. You know what I mean?
It's not.
These fucking dudes jump gyms from here to. This is, I think, why my brother became so successful, man. He locked his shit down. I mean, like, if you want to fight under us, this is what it's going to take. And if you don't like it, then you can go to the gym down the street and go ahead if you want. Who cares?
Right. Yeah.
And Chris and Kyle been with us since babies, man. They were teenagers.
Yeah. I remember covering some of their amateur fights, man. And there was something special about them then. There's something special about them now. And even when me and Eric were talking the other day, and we saw that Chris got Alexei Olnik in his next fight.
Yeah, man. We were talking about that. I said, yo, if that old man squeeze you, bro, you're going to shit yourself. We were joking around. I said, yo, bro, that's the old man strength. He got it. That's a whole different strength. So we were joking around, you know what I mean? But Chris knows he's got a tough fight.
Oh, yeah.
And I told him when he got signed to the UFC, I said, bro, this is anyone you fight in the UFC, bro, is top notch. So regardless if you turn down one fight, the next fight is just going to be just as hard. You know what I mean? So just go in there confident, bro, and just do what you do, man. And Kyle the same way, Kyle was a little down after he lost his fight. And I told him, I said, bro, that's not a loss. You just fought a fucking dude that had like 30 fights to your 9. He's already been in the UFC. He's fought on the bigger shows. He comes from Duke Rufus's camp. You know what I mean? He comes from a legit camp. I said, dude, you went out there and you put it on. You just made a few mistakes. And that's what the difference was. He's the veteran. He capitalized on your rookie mistakes. You know what I mean? And he went in there in his second fight. He's not a rookie no more. And what did he do? He handled his business. He demolished the dude. 30-26.
Mm-hmm.
The same way I
30-26.
The same way I beat Rockaroni. 30-26.
You love talking about that guy,
Yeah,
because he
man,
did.
You gotta be petty.
He started it, right?
You gotta be petty, but he started it, bro.
That's
You
it.
know what I mean? I'm old, retired under the sheets somewhere, relaxing with my family. But then if you want to fight, let's go, bro. I'm built for it. This is what I do, man. Like, shit, I don't need a contract. It's like I told him, I don't need a contract to punch somebody in the face, man.
Nah.
I mean, you want to fight, don't even sign a contract. Just call the promoter, tell the promoter contact me, and just give me the date, and let's do it. If you really want to fight me that bad, you know what I mean? Because if you want to fight me that bad, you got some animosity or something toward me, bro. Because I've never seen that dude. I never talked to that dude. I didn't even know who that dude was.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who he was, man.
Man, so 2020 or 2021, we might see the return of old Chavo back in the ring. So or the cage. So I don't want to count that out. Again, I appreciate you taking the time. One final thing before I let you go. Obviously, the UFC has been taking in so much of the East Coast talent recently.
Man, we racking
so
up, man.
Much, yeah.
About
so
time,
what is
man.
that? Yeah.
About fucking time, man.
Right. So what does that mean for you, man? You and Will, you guys been in the Bellator vets. You know,
It fucking sucks, man. It sucks because we could have been in the UFC, man. Nah, it's good though, man. I'm just playing around, but it's great though for the up and coming guys, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thanks to Paul Felder, you know, Eddie Alvarez, you know what I mean? Zach, Wilson, Reese, you know what I mean? All these guys, you know what I mean? That started from Strike Force.
Right.
You know what I mean? Strike Force, when Strike Force first started, you know what I mean? They were started doing their things down in Atlantic City. You know what I mean? And some of the local guys started getting on. Then Bellator came around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now it's the UFC coming over. And like, you know, dude, it's great for the up and coming guys, man. It's really
I know,
good.
man. And you know, seeing all these guys, you know, from the amateur getting their shots in the UFC, it's great, man. I love seeing these guys get their shot. I love seeing the talent from the bottom getting to their shot at the top. I love, you know, having chats with, you know, the people like yourself that have put in the years and years of grinding efforts. It's just, I love this sport so much, and especially in this area, dude. It's just absolutely incredible to see the East Coast finally making its stamp in the UFC. So
yeah, man, it's great, man. This shit is it's opened doors for a lot of the guys, man. A lot of the up and coming guys, man. That's great. I love it, man. Love it. You know what I mean? Like, we went through what we had to do to get our fighters there. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, man. You know, just fighting Bellator was, not saying that was enough for me, but to me it was great, man. You know what I mean? It was phenomenal.
That's some people's biggest dreams, fighting in Bellator, man. So you've accomplished what other people can only dream about. So that's not even, I mean, don't just say, yeah, I fought in Bellator. Bellator is Bellator.
I have a 12-5, but it's actually 4 because one of the losses is still on there. Dude, my losses are, let me count them out to you. George Sullivan, UFC vet.
Yep.
Really good friend of mine. Shout out to George Sullivan and his academy, Sullivan MMA, man. Great dude. If you're out in Jersey, check him out. Carl Amasu. People don't know about him. Look him up. Carl Amasu, the psycho. That dude's an animal. He's overseas tearing it up. I hate pronouncing his name because I get it wrong. Lasang.
Okay.
ONE FC. He's their heavyweight. He's their heavyweight and their 205 champ.
Heavyweight and 205.
It's amazing. That dude's amazing. My loss to him was an error, but I take it as a loss. No problem, because we got a good fighter. Amazing dude. Real humble. Cool. Amazing guy. You know what I mean? Look at the dudes I'm calling out. You know, not calling out the dudes that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
your resume.
When I fought those guys, I was no excuse. They beat me. And I'm calling them out because I respect them, because of where they're at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't in the best stage of my life. I was on a downhill spiral. And these fights I took because I needed the money and because I ain't care. I'll fight anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And back to your question about if I could have smoked cannabis before, if I did have cannabis before, I won't have those 3 losses.
No.
I can think that. I guarantee that.
Yeah.
I guarantee that. I went into those fights so lost, so foggy, so all the bucks. I was depressed, drinking, you know, doing training though, you know what I mean? But my outlet was, I can't wait to be done this fight camp because I want to drink. I want to, I was never enjoying it. The passion, I lost the passion.
Right.
At that point, you know what I mean? But I was still whooping ass. That was the crazy part.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was the crazy part. So it was just like, whatever, man. But shout out to all those guys, man. All the guys that beat me. Because to me, it's not beat me because I have a relationship with those guys in some way in life.
Right.
Whether we're training or whether we're just checking up on each other. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so at some point, I don't have no beef with no one I beat or no one I lost to besides Rock and Roll because he wanted to talk shit.
And that's one of the good things that I absolutely still, and I can't say enough good things about the MMA community is win, lose, or draw, there always seems to be that sense of respect and putting the past behind you. There's always going to be some beefs that, are still going to linger and stick around. But for the most part, I'd say 90%. After the fight's done, you hug it out and it's on to the next one. And what sport can you kick, punch, elbow, knee, and beat the hell out of each other and be best friends afterwards? It's crazy. It's an anomaly.
What the fighters are doing now? They're beating the shit out of each other and they go smoking a joint.
And that's what I've been hearing. You've been hearing
plenty of guys on Instagram. Plenty of guys on Instagram.
Right. They even caught it on one of the UFC broadcasts. It was like, let's smoke a joint after.
Yeah. What fight? What was that?
That's what I'm trying to remember myself.
I remember that. I remember.
Yeah.
Good fight. He was like, we're gonna smoke afterwards. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's how it should be, man. It shouldn't be no animosity. We train so hard, man. We put our bodies through hell. You know what I mean? To still be trying to fight after the fight, bro. Like, you just pulled my eye up, man. Take that for what it is. Like, you won. Okay, high five now. Go do what you do, man. Leave me alone.
Right. Let's smoke this J and let's just be cool from now on, right? All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, Jesus, man. It was awesome catching up with you. I'm
gonna put this on here. So when I announced my fight, because I really do want to fight, you'll be my first interview.
I appreciate that, man. I know you always show your love to My MMA News. We always love to show our love right back to you and Martinez, BJJ.
Always, it's all about supporting. It's all about supporting. It's all about supporting, man. We've always been like that since we were young, man. It's always about supporting. Right. I'm not about no animosity. I'm not no hater, man. If I can help you promote your business, help you do whatever it is, I'm here, man. That's why you reached out to me. I was like, dude, cool. I just got so much shit going on with my lady and the COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why, even on Sunday when I told you I'm free Sunday, dude, it slipped my mind until you called me. I was like, oh shit.
It's all good, man. Like I said, I just appreciate you being 100% transparent, honest, because I feel like this conversations need to be had because there's still somewhat of those people that might hide behind the closed doors because they're still wondering what people might think, what promoters might think. And
even wearing that t-shirt to the fight that you seen.
Right. Yeah.
It was like, man, my lady was like, man, just put it on, man. Because she made me that shirt.
Mm-hmm.
She made me that shirt. Yeah, so she's like, man, put it on. I was like, who cares? My brother seen me. He was like, okay, cool. Yeah,
right. That's what I'm saying. And that, I feel like this kind of movement needs the conversations and the people, that have been there, the highlight and the spotlight, like yourself. And I mean, I'll do my best part in interviewing anybody I can. Obviously, I love talking to you fighters, but rest, recovery, and mental health is a huge necessity in life.
Absolutely.
And I am going to push 100% for that. And cannabis has helped me so much. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me about it, man. And your experience, brother.
Man, anytime, brother. Anything you need, man. You have my number now. So just reach out, bro. Anytime you want, man.
All right, man.
We'll get together and smoke a joint.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. After all this COVID bullshit, or maybe we'll plan a test or something like that, and then we'll get together and smoke that joint. But
man, I'm with it, man.
All right. Until then, Jesus Chavo Martinez, ladies and gentlemen.